Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the Flie channel. Today we'll be discussing how you can get out of the cursed bronze rank in Rainbow Six Siege. Trust me, I've been there and all that happened was consecutive win-loss for about a whole season, and that's why I'm making this video, to help you guys get out of bronze. Make sure you watch till the end to get the most out of my tips, but before you get started, quick little Twitch plug, twitch.tv/Flie, where I stream every other day and I answer your questions on how to get better on Siege. And I'm also trying to hit 15 subs and I'm at 7, so if you have your Prime sub available, you know who to use it on. Alright, enough waffling, time to help you get out of bronze. My first recommendation for you is to start playing the game a little more than you do now. I'm guessing that you do not spend too much time playing the game, given that you're stuck in bronze or below. Try playing 3 to 5 hours a day and that may start showing an improvement. As with anything in life, the more time you put in it, the better you get. So playing Siege consistently every day will only make you better, never worse. I know when I was stuck in bronze, I had the motivation to get out, just not the skill. So I started putting a bit more time into playing the game, and that showed an improvement, even after only a week. Remember, practice makes perfect, and playing Siege a lot will make you better at it. Moving on to my next tip comes playing T-Hunt for about half an hour to an hour every day before getting in your PvP games. As I mentioned in my last video about how to warm up properly, T-Hunt is key to getting familiar with crosshair placement and movement in Siege. Playing it a lot consistently will help you not only to improve your aim, but also how you play, as you may discover some cool new angles and tricks as you play the T-Hunt. What I recommend doing in the T-Hunt to pick a small map such as House or even a slightly larger one such as Border and play only elimination in those maps, as it is the only mode you should really play T-Hunt in. To set the game mode for T-Hunt and its maps, just watch the background clip. Open the menu, click matchmaking preferences and put all the game modes apart from elimination to off. For the maps, scroll down and switch all the maps you do not want to play to off. For more tips on how to properly warm up, check the card on the top right and check that video out at the end of this one. For my next tip, I would highly recommend, if you play a lot of quick match, to change the game mode settings to only queue you with bomb mode games. This will allow you to familiarize with the game mode, as it is the only one available for ranked. Knowing where to plant the diffuser and knowing places to safely stop the diffuse are vital in ranked and will help you dominate over the lower skill players. The things I recommend doing are like playing operators that have smokes with them and practice some diffusing, which is really simple. All you have to do is have a friend or yourself chuck a smoke or two where you're going to plant and run into the smoke and start planting the diffuser. This makes it so that it is not obvious where you are and defenders cannot shoot you while planting the diffuser. If you're a defender instead and this is happening to you, what I recommend is to use your nitro cell and throw it in the center of the smoke, as you'll have the most chance of killing the person planting. If this does not work or no one has a nitro cell, then try shooting evenly into the smoke. What I prefer doing is, if you're not confident in shooting in the smoke, then just have 2 people holding in the angle at either end of the smoke, so that whenever the attacker runs out of the smoke, the guys holding the angle can get the person that was planting. Be aware, however, that this may require more accuracy and good reaction times. In this tip, I want to get into who to play as in the lower ranks, as I have noticed a trend in how people play. My recommendations are to play trap operators such as Legion, Kapkan, Ella and Frost. This is because of the amount of droning that is actually done is minimal in the lower ranks. In fact, I would go as far as to say that it is rare to see someone drone themselves in or even droning someone else in, and that is why they seem to die to all Kapkan traps, Frost mats, Ella mines and even goo mines. Once again, trap operators are kings and queens in the lower ranks. If however you're in attack, then as I mentioned, droning is not done enough, so you better start using that drone if you want to gather intel from the enemies and not die to a frostmat or even worse, running into 2 Kapkan traps. But droning will not only help you with scouting out gadgets, it will also help you to find where the defenders are. So instead of driving it in the start of the prep phase and getting it destroyed, don't move it at all and keep it at spawn, as you could have 2 drones rather than 1 to spot the defenders as you are going through the building. For this next tip, I want to stress how important it is to use your mic if you have one. Given that Siege is a game based around team combat, communication is a key to success. How many times have you died and not said anything, and then a couple seconds later, your teammate dies to the same person in the same place? I'm guessing a couple more times than you'd like. If you die, never start complaining on game chat, as it won't do anything. So try and give information. And no, that does not include that shitty call out on my ex or in the same room as me. Your teammates will not have time to move the camera all across the map just to see where you died. Plus, the fact that most times people move from where they just killed someone. Once again, never use those horrible call outs because they mean nothing and drive many people crazy, including me. The final tip I want to share with you guys is if you do not play with a team or at least another person on your squad, then you're missing out on a lot. Both things to help you improve and also some fun. Even just queuing as a duo or a trio can make a massive difference because you will be more likely to actually say things such as callouts because you're more confident talking to someone you know rather than a stranger you just met. Especially if there is a clear difference in age, it can be a little hard to start talking. If you have a couple friends that also play Siege, then make sure you play with them as it will improve the way you play and also they can teach you some cool tips that you may not have known. I'd recommend playing with people that are better than you so that you can learn from them. In case you do not have a friend or friends, then there are many places to find people to play with, such as the official Rainbow Six Discord, link in the description. All you have to do is go in there and go to the LFG channels and look for people to play around your skill level or even a little bit higher, but never lie about your skill level as you may not have a great time. And that concludes it for today's video. I hope I may have helped you get better, and if you have, let me know in the comments. Also consider liking and subscribing for amazing tips and tricks content such as this one. And if you want more of it right now, then click on my channel icon or press one of the videos in the end screen. Hope to see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay.
10 seconds.